Alright, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Hurricane Watchman is here with your latest update on Tropical Storm Felicia. Currently, the maximum sustained winds are 60 knots, about 70 miles an hour, as is expected to become a Category 1 hurricane here within the next 3 hours. The air pressure is down to 994 millibars. So again, there is a lot of convection in Tropical Storm Felicia. Lots of convection here. I do want to bring this up. I'm going to bring out my Epic Pen and sort of talk about the fact that there's so much convection in this system. I have not seen, I have with other systems, but there is just an incredible, huge, large, massive, honestly, there's just so much convection. So I'm going to put this on pause and just sort of show y'all and kind of and point out, this is just one giant blob of convection in the entire storm. Now it's really hard to see, really truthfully, where all the rain bands are in Tropical Storm Felicia, but they're roughly right around here, kind of blowing out here in this way. It's a lot easier to see. If I go to visible shortwave, you'll be able to see it as we go into the later hours of the night. But there is Tropical Storm Felicia, just moving over into the nighttime part. But really, you can really see it blowing up there. We can't really see it in visible high resolution, but you can see the last bit of, kind of satellite data they got right as it turns into nighttime. So there it is, last bit of satellite that we have here, as it is now nighttime, but lots of convection, huge amount of convection, showing that this thing is really beginning to really take shape and really start to intensify. So the tropical storm force wind field has gotten larger. Here's the public advisory. As of 8 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, the 14th of July, 2021, Felicia, a little bit stronger. Expected to become a hurricane soon. Summary is the 8 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 300 UTC information. It's about 700 miles southwest of the southern tip of the Baja California Peninsula. Maximum sustained winds are now at 70 miles an hour, 110 kilometers per hour. Present movement is the west-northwest hour. At around 15 miles per hour, the air pressure is down to 994 millibars, 29.36 inches of mercury. At 8 p.m., the center of Tropical Storm Felicia was located near latitude 15.1 degrees north, longitude 116.7 degrees west. Felicia is moving towards the west-northwest near 15 miles per hour, 24 kilometers an hour. A gradual turn to the west is expected on Thursday, followed by a west-southwest motion on Friday and Saturday. I thought I heard someone coming up the stairs. So, it is expected to become a hurricane by tonight. Tropical storm force wind up to 70 miles from the center. Air pressure again 994 millibars, 29.36 inches. The next advisory will be at 2 a.m. Pacific time or 4 a.m. Central time. So here's the forecast advisory. Just sort of talks about the forecast. So here's what they're forecasting: the 70 knots there, 80 knots. I do want to bring this up. 85 knots is about 100 miles an hour. Gusting to 105 knots, that's about 120 mile per hour wind gust right there, is what they're predicting. So again, they are really, could be dealing with something really strong here. So again, tropical storm force wind field, or tropical storm force wind speed probabilities, 90 to 100% chance. 50 knot wind speed probabilities, it's like a 90 to 100% chance. Hurricane force wind speed probabilities have increased. I'm now seeing a 50 to a 60% chance of hurricane force wind speed probabilities. Whether we don't really need to see this, but as you can kind of see this, the tropical storm force wind field continues to largen and widen as the storm continues to intensify, as it continues to move to the northwest. So 8 p.m. there it is, as you can kind of see, is expected to move along a track roughly like something along the lines like this. Something like that. I'm kind of... Oh crap, I can't actually... Oh yeah, I can. So that was my sort of my line of rough estimate of where the line would be at. But as you can kind of see, oh no, I need to buy it. I can't actually use that anyway. So there is that. Winds and surface winds is moving to the west northwest still. No watches or wardings are in effect at this time. Here is the latest satellite imagery. If I can get this to go away. Wherever the X is at, I can't see the X. Okay, it's decided to disappear on me. Anyway, I'm gonna turn this off and zoom in because here's the storm. I'm actually curious to see what they're showing in terms of wind speed. They're actually showing winds anywhere close to what they are showing in terms of what the wind speeds actually are. I'm not really seeing anything that's, tropical's really anything strong in terms of wind speed here. I don't even get 16 mile per hour winds, but there is a storm, so really I kind of just want to bring this in, showing y'all there's a system, and then we do need to talk about that tropical wave out there. So I'm actually going to go home on the National Hurricane Center webpage and sort of talk about the tropical wave. So here it is. At 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, Wednesday, the 14th of July, 2021. These organized showers and thunderstorms continue offshore the coast of southern Mexico, in association with a tropical wave moving westward at 10 to 50 miles per hour. Excuse me, I'm kind of tired. Environmental conditions are expected to be conducive for gradual development over the next several days, and tropical depression is likely to form this weekend offshore. Offshore of the southwestern coast of Mexico, while the system moves west-northwestward, 15 miles an hour in the next 48 hours, a low 20% in the next 5 days, high 80%. So here's what the 5-day forecast looks like. It's going to move in this general direction, and then this is where it's expected to develop, could move in that direction. So, as I talked about with tropical, with update on YouTube update, I did sort of talk about the fact that it certainly has the possibility. It's not going to be just this storm, but there could be 2 more storms right behind Tropical Storm Felicia, and one of those is already being acknowledged by the National Hurricane Center. I was just talking about it. So here it is, right there. So again, Felicia could be as strong as 900, and it looks like 985 is its strongest. 985. And this other system here doesn't seem to get too strong at all. 994 seems to be its strongest, but then there could be, this was a late, I haven't seen the latest update, so it may develop, but it still seems like it's still expected to develop. And it could be a relatively strong, relatively long-lived tropical system. Again, winds could be quite significant with this system. 952 millibars. That is certainly a Category 4. So here's 90. Here's 100. Here's 110. 120. 130. I don't know. I'm not saying 140. I think this could be 120 to 130 mile an hour tropical system. Could potentially be a Category 4, but that is way down the line. I am not predicting that for that system. It doesn't even exist yet, so I'm not going to even be talking about it, given the fact that it doesn't even exist yet. It's just something that's out in the models, and it exists. But I do want to look at these. I kind of use the storms that are basically like fish storms. I kind of use them to help me better understand tropical cyclones, to help me understand them better from when a tropical storm does actually make landfall at land. But that's something I really wanted to really point out, was the fact that there is so much convection from this right now. That is pretty insane. That is incredible. That is crazy. That's almost scary how much convection and then boom, a huge burst of convection blows up in Tropical Storm Felicia. So that is just, honestly, that is just incredible. That's kind of almost kind of, you know, scary. So, you know, it's, you know, just seeing that, you know, I'm just really tired. It's 10 o'clock where I'm at. So as the storm continues to move west, it's going to intensify a little bit further. Could become a Category 2 hurricane. Isn't out of the realm of possibility. So 70-mile-an-hour winds, 994 millibars. Expect to become a hurricane relatively soon. So certainly something that is catching my eye here. So with all that being said, I'm really probably gonna get it off there. Just kind of, I always just want to give you a little short updates on the tropical storm and basically say, oh, here's what we got, here's what is developing, and here's what is expected. So Tropical Storm Felicia continuing to intensify, expected, and could become Category 1 or even a Category 2 hurricane. Major hurricane, not out of the realm of possibility right now. Not out of the realm of possibility. It is certainly still a possibility. Could get a major hurricane out of this, given the fact that we're seeing a massive blow up and convection, which means this thing is only going to further intensify, only further intensify later down the road. So lots of convection from this system. Very, very interesting to see. So I'm curious to see what's gonna happen with this system. So I apologize, I'm just really tired and I don't know why. Anyway, that's me for today, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll talk to you guys probably in about more than 6 hours. I'll be asleep. So for more updates on this system, I will be trying to post throughout the evening and throughout the lighter part of the night on tropical storm, potentially tropical storm Felicia on Instagram. So go follow me on Instagram at Hurricane Watch Team. So with all that being said, have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace out.